This is 5 Minute Feng Shui, episode 24, the Feng Shui qualities and protective power of the color red. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Today we're talking about the color red. It is absolutely one of my favorite colors. Growing up, it was my favorite color. When somebody would say, "What is your favorite color?" I'd say red. And I guess I still have that little red fire in me. From antiquity to today, there are few colors that have the power and influence that the color red does. It's the most likely to make the wearer and the observer do something, like stop at a stop sign, eat at a restaurant, or feel favorably about a company like Target and its red bullseye logo. There's lots of red that we see all around in our environment, and it makes us do things, feel things, like hunger and McDonald's. And wearing red imbues the person wearing it with confidence and power. In China, the color red has a lot of meanings, but the first meaning is happiness and success. The bride in a wedding ceremony in China has always traditionally worn a red veil, and it was only lifted once the bride and groom were at the ceremony. They never saw each other until then. The tradition continues today, though, even though modern brides now often wear their red veil and still know they're intended, so it's not a surprise to them when they lift that up, and many of them opt for white dresses these days as well. But in Chinese tradition, a red-faced man is often regarded as a holy person or a god. Sometimes a god will be wearing a red robe, and that is a symbol of the god of wealth. Red-colored gems also have been regarded for many centuries to hold special powers of invincibility, strength, and success. Rubies and garnets have long been believed to protect against the evil eye, and red gems are especially like rubies are often many times more costly than diamonds. The element of fire is the element that red represents. This is an element and a color that is represented by the phoenix, and it's associated with both the fire's both destructive as well as its life-giving and cleansing properties. The phoenix is a bird that has always promised success and longevity and regeneration and continuation. Red is really a color that is ascribed with the quality of wealth, abundance, and symbolizing success. In Feng Shui, red is the ultimate power color, imbuing warmth, success, prosperity, and wealth. It's also a color of protection. So let's talk about red and its role in Feng Shui in protection. Besides just protection, red is the color of good fortune, and happy times are often signified by the color red. Just think of Chinese New Year; it's just bathed in red. Red, red envelopes are very popular and traditional at the New Year. Having all kinds of red decorations is also one way to energize your house. It's a color that represents happiness and the arrival of success. So using a touch of this color in every room actually brings a spark of life as well as protection. Designers will often say every new room needs a little touch of red. We also know that red activates, it energizes. And when you're using Feng Shui figures or ornaments, it's always good to dot them with a little bit of red paint. You can glue a piece of red paper to the bottom of them or tie them with a red ribbon. Many times you'll find when you buy Feng Shui figures or items in your Chinese emporiums or stores that they'll be tied with a red ribbon. And that's because it is they're trying to energize that item. For something more decorative, you could hang a red coin hanger, like a Chinese coin hanger, or a red tassel on a figure to activate that. Or you can tie it to your handbag or luggage, computer case, your keys, even your desk drawers or thumb drives. I have a store that I love to go to in Asiatown in Houston, and they have really wonderful items. And some of the things that they have are all kinds of keychains that are Chinese symbols on them. They also have these little teeny tiny cell phone dangle things, charms, I guess we call them cell phone charms. And they're like little miniature hangers that you can use and hang on your cell phone. Back in the day, like if your cell phone has a little slot where you can put a little hanger in there, or maybe you've got one of those little styluses. Sometimes you can stick those in there. Anyhow, these are like little tiny charms, and I love to tie them onto my thumb drives. And they make them hard to lose because it's got a little frog attached to it, or a tassel or something like that. Anyhow, so you can use those little charms and tassels and red ribbons just anywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's a lot of fun. I mean, think about Christmas. When we start seeing the Christmas decorations around, it's bright, it's festive, and red is a prominent color. It's just happy. So use lots of red to activate whatever you have in your home, in your purse, in your car. You can use those symbols, those little tassels and charms anywhere you want. Now, red also plays a strong role in fashion. For women, the color red is a color that's usually associated with sexiness, assertiveness, and strength. Just think of that Woman in Red song, right? You just had my one little bit of of singing that I'm going to do. Men have long worn the red power tie. It used to be a symbol of a power tie. Now again, seems like it's kind of fallen into the rut of political affiliation, but I love red ties. They look just stunning and wonderful. Red scarves are also part of wedding customs in China to improve love and fertility. It's red has also been associated with strength and fortitude, and you can use red veils or scarves to wear as protection. Tie a red ribbon or a scarf around your handbag to just kind of say stay away. It's also do that on your luggage, so when it's coming down that luggage carousel, you'll see it right away, and it hopefully protects you against people from opening up your suitcase and rifling through your contents, like I had on a flight to London once. Anyway, so red is a really nice thing to add to protect. So anything you want protected. Red is the color of strength. So when you want to be noticed, wear the color red. It's the perfect color for singles too, especially women or anyone trying to climb the corporate ladder. That's because red's the color of confidence and self-assuredness. And you wear this color when you're ready to get your share of attention, whether that's from your admirer or from a boss. It is going to help you be noticed. One of my clients and so a friend of mine who said she started following Feng Shui because she was chronically single and she was ready to get out of that rut. And one of the things she said she did was clear out all the black clothes in her closet, and she started wearing lots more colors like red. Red is great for women's complexions. It lights you up, it makes your skin look more luminous, and it gets your attention. So that little black dress is get noticed, and make sure you wear a little red dress when you go out, and men will notice that men love women in red. And in fact, I think a lot of people love to see others wearing red colors, whether it's a man or a woman. All right, let's talk about red and your income. So one of the things I love to carry is a red wallet. You will never see me without a red wallet. My great Aunt Katie was a wealthy lady, and she always had a red wallet. Well, I learned that lesson, and I carry one to this day. Besides being an homage to my great aunt Katie, it's also, yeah, you know who I was named for. It's also be great feng shui too. So carrying a red wallet will help you energize energize you for wealth, for income, for making money. Better still is that when you have a red wallet in your handbag, it activates your handbag. Remember that. We talked about how red activates. A red piece of paper on a figurine or tying a red ribbon activates it. Now here in the West, we say being in the red is not a good thing, but in China it is. Red and money go together. Red energizes. I love to have that. Now if you want to have more clients, put all your clients' information in red folders. I buy a big box of red folders several times a year, and I put all of my clients' information. All my clients are in red folders, and they come back year after year after year. Now, red also ensures vitality. Women enjoy warmth, and red creates that kind of energy that feeds a woman's need for fire. And when I'm talking about a woman's needs, I'm talking about a woman from a feng shui point of view. Now, I don't know, but I always say that I'm a hot tamale, and that's because my thermostat runs a little on the warm side, and I don't know necessarily that I need heating up, but I happen to love to wear red because I think it goes well with my brown eyes. But women really do well by wearing red because you'll stand out in a business setting, you'll stand out in a social setting, and it energizes you and helps feed our element of earth, because women are considered to be of an earth element. And what makes earth? Fire. Just think of lava flowing out of a volcano, and that lava turns into earth, right? And that fire makes that lava. So if you're having some thinking problems, or you feel like you need a clearer thought process, wear a red bracelet. If you've had troubles with brain fog or just a mind-sapping energy, wear a red bracelet, and it will help to kind of energize your thinking. That's because the wrists represent the mind. You know, if you go back to grade school, we were always being taught to, our writing and penmanship. That's because your eyes, your mind, your hand are all connected. Your hand represents your mind. That's why many times when they see signs of dementia in people, they recognize it by their handwriting. You can see that the mind is not coming through clearly or thinking, working as it should. So let's also talk about happiness. Red is the color of happy times and happiness. Women who wear a red ring on their right hand create a stronger bond and happier relationship than those whose right hands go bare. So if you're in a relationship and you want to stay in it, wear a red ring on your right hand to help you keep that relationship secure and happier. And red stone rings show that love and affection and hold on to that affection. Obviously, red high heels and racy lingerie are a favorite for a lot of guys, and they're great for women too. I think wearing a red bra and panties helps you energize all day long. So no matter what you're doing, like if you're going to an interview for a job and you feel like the red suit might just be a little too much, wear red underwear underneath that suit and you'll feel energized. I love to recommend wearing red underwear under a dark suit for just that little extra activation and punch of power. And I think that when you go to an interview or an important meeting, you'll know you've got those red undies on underneath there, energizing you. And plus, they're a lot of fun to wear. Okay, so I told you about my Aunt Katie and her red wallet. I've got another red story, and that is I had another great aunt, and we called her Annie Q. And Annie Q always sent my sister and me a a set of red underwear every Christmas, and I loved those red underwear and treasured them. So make those habits of wearing red underwear when you just you need a lift, or you're going to an important interview, something like that. It's a cool thing. And okay, and guys, you can do that too. Wear your favorite briefs or boxers or whatever your choice is, but wear it in red. It's good for you too, and especially when you're going to an interview. Just a little extra energy never hurts, right? Red is also a color that burns through anger. Now, wood is the element that's associated with anger most of the time, and this is the thing that's nice that you can use red for. It will burn right through it. And when you talk about wood attributes, you often can find this relates to families, because it's normal. Families bicker. They're different people and trying to get along, and everybody's got a different point of view. And when you find that you're arguing a little bit too much, or there's just everybody's kind of that kind of thing, put some red colors. If you notice that you're arguing in the kitchen a lot, maybe put a candle in there or something red colored. If it's in the living room where your family likes to watch TV or get together to play games or whatever, add some red colors in there, like red cushions or maybe a red throw, something like that. And that will help to kind of burn through some of the anger and maybe diffuse some of those arguments. Now, it could also have the opposite effect. So just pay close attention. Usually red handles that. And I often recommend a red tablecloth when your family comes over, because it will help to kind of burn through any anger. Now, the family is represented by the wood element. So how do we get rid of wood? We throw it on a fire, right? So a red tablecloth is a great way to kind of keep everybody cool and happy and hungry, because red stimulates hunger. So if we get everybody focused on the food, they're not going to be so worried about, whatever, who borrowed whoever's blouse or put a dent in the fender, that kind of thing. All right, so here you go. You've had some great ideas, hopefully, about how to use the red color, to use it for protection, like when you're traveling, put it on your suitcase. Maybe you have something red that you put in your hotel room, you carry it on your handbag. How to activate with red colors, so tying it onto figurines or putting some red paper under items, putting red folders for clients to help to make more clients, so that you have more clients. I often like to recommend that people put 3 red folders on their desk, and that represents growth and new clients coming to you. All right, so let's get to those 3 tips that I always have at the end of every 5-minute Feng Shui. Number 1 is get more clients with red, and that is get 3 red folders and put them on your desk. When you need new clients to come, definitely add 3 empty folders ready to go. Keep your clients in red folders, and you will see your clients happier and returning, and you'll have them for a very long time. Give yourself an energetic boost by putting red behind your driver's license. And this is a great way to encourage your red and your fame and recognition energy. It's a really nice color to do that, and it also adds some protective energy as well. So it's a great color to put. I like to slip it, because that way that driver's license is how you identify yourself many times, at least here in the US. And so I always like to put a little piece of red paper behind my driver's license, and that's a really simple way that you can energize yourself and protect yourself at the same time too. So tip number 3, carry a red wallet. Now, guys, I know you can't carry a red wallet, but you can carry a piece of red paper in it. So whether you put that red paper behind your driver's license, or you put it in your wallet where your money is, just think if you have a piece of red paper, the size cut to the same size as money, and you put it inside there, and you have your cash in there, it will help to energize your wallet for more money. And ladies, red wallets will energize your purse. Your purse is a symbol of your wealth and is a representation of the money that you hold. So activate that. Don't be afraid of being in red. That's a Western idea of being in negative numbers. And in fact, in the Chinese and Western view of things, it's exactly the opposite. So don't worry about red. We want lots of red around our wallet and lots of red on our purse and red in our lives to help protect us, energize us, and give us good luck and bring more success. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. It's been fun talking to you about my favorite color, the color red. Thanks for listening today to 5 Minute Feng Shui. The Year of the Pig is coming, and I want to share with you where you can find everything you want in the year ahead. That's because the prosperity star is coming this year, and it's showering us with a Roman candle of opportunities for money, abundance, and love. And it's all in my annual Feng Shui Forecast Success Pack. You'll get a full year of in-depth Feng Shui details about how to use the energy of the year for success and prosperity. And it's for every house and every zodiac sign. And my forecast also includes lucky clothing colors, handbag, and wallet colors. You'll get a full zodiac report for your Chinese zodiac sign and so much more. Be sure to go to redlotusletter.com/annual for all the details on the Year of the Pig.